Hi, my name is Canaday. I'm a runner from the United States, and this is my third time doing the Transvulcania ultramarathon here in La Palma. It's a very special race. It's one of the most competitive races in the world that you could do, with always a strong field, but it also is in a really unique place on the island of La Palma here, with lots of beauty, but also lots of challenges on the course. It has a lot of climbing, a good mix of trail. Some of it's very technical for me, and lots of elevation change. So it's a very special race, and the people really make it special. It's a very exciting event to always do in my calendar. So for Transvulcania, my strategy, usually I like to climb up the hills fast, so that's the start. And so sometimes in the past I've been in the lead for the first 20 kilometers uphill. I think sometimes you have to change your strategy during the race based on how you feel and how your competitors feel and what they are doing. So it's hard to tell what to do until I'm in the race, but the strategy is usually to be up near the front to be in a position to try to win. Though it's definitely more exciting usually in Europe, the trail running cultures. There's more people watching. In the US, sometimes the races aren't as big. The technical terrain is usually, there's more technical trails in Europe as well, and the hills are steeper. In the US, there's more road running, there's more flat trail running, so it's usually not as exciting. So it's very exciting and very different to come here, and definitely a new challenge. I ran in the US. I ran in the school system in college. I ran track, 5K, 10K, and then for a few years I did road marathon, just running a lot of half marathon, road marathon, before now trying 50K and now 80 kilometers, 100-kilometer races. Yeah. I like the trails. I like seeing more on hiking trails, just because they're so beautiful. But I still do both. I still do the road marathons. Last year I did 4 road marathons. So I like the variety and the constant challenge with different speed and climbing and just seeing different cultures and all the runners from around the world in different places. Yeah, I think sometimes it's good to race shorter distance, maybe do some road races or track races, and it's good to work on speed and high intensity, because I think then you could improve sometimes your efficiency and your times at the longer distance races, and to work on maybe running hills or running flat. I think that change, always having a change, makes the body adapt and sometimes could give you a big advantage, yeah. My secrets? There's lots of secrets. Just, you have to be patient. You have to always enjoy the running process. You have to work hard a lot of times. It's hard to train sometimes if you're tired, but you have to be smart so you stay healthy and you enjoy the sport. And then you have to train specifically for your race. You have to know what the stress is and what the challenges are of different events. So that's kind of just part of it, is mixing things up in your training. I like to make videos and tell people, we actually run a coaching business, my girlfriend Sandy and I, Sage Running, where we give tips to runners from marathon, half marathon, ultramarathon, trail races, and just to talk to other people around the world on how to improve and enjoy the sport. Everyone can improve, yeah. Yeah, you need to stay healthy, though. That's the important part. Healthy and mentally enjoy what you're doing. To stay healthy, you can't do too much too fast, so you have to look for steady improvement and to be consistent in your running so you don't get injured. You also have to eat healthy, get enough sleep, not race too much, not demand too much of yourself. And so it's a tough balance, but you have to kind of look at it from a perspective where it's part of your health. You're running for your health and enjoyment. It depends on the person, but you have to have a balance. And so ultra running, too many ultra races is definitely not good. So you have to pick and choose what races you want to do. But in general, running, for the most part, distance running and aerobic exercise activity is very healthy. And I think as long as you don't overtrain and you don't get injured, and you eat healthy, it's very good for the body, and it improves longevity and overall health. So I think it's a good thing, but it's good to mix it up too, and not to train too much in one certain way. I think there needs to be probably more controls in the sport, because even with the doping controls, I think sometimes athletes don't always get caught. So yeah, I think it's something that needs to be watched more with biological passports and more out of season testing, but also changing the culture. The idea that it's not okay to take shortcuts, I think, is a good lesson for teaching future athletes, especially children, that you need to do things naturally, and you need to work hard and not rely on performance enhancing drugs for performance, because it's not good for the body in the long term anyway. Yeah, so running's a great sport, and people of all ages, even if you've never run before, you could start. It's never too late to start. But for newer runners or younger runners or people starting in the sport, I think it's important to be patient and to realize that it takes time to build up your training and to get faster, but you could always improve, and there's always a lot of things that you could look at to improve. So it's good to have fun and enjoy that process, but also to work hard and to look at how you could change your training and increase your training over time in a smart way, so that you stay healthy and enjoy the sport.